sure everyone is going to wear pink. So how did you come up with the name Pink Sweat?
The funny thing is, I was actually just wearing these random pink sweats because I had like a hard financial time at the time, and I was at H&M, and it was just on the sale rack, and I bought them, and
Wow.
that was all the money I had, and I just kept wearing them because I didn't have money for more clothes at the time,
I
so I
just
just kept
caught
wearing
that
the same
revelation.
pants.
Man, I just
That's
caught that
crazy, right?
revelation. Like, God can literally use us in the point where we think is like a bad point. Like, you didn't have something and things like that. And he's like, I keep putting these pink sweats in you. Like, this is all you got. Work with it. And then now look what it's doing for you. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. And those I got the name, and then like I said, from there everything just started working. Like I don't know, it just like I just hit a stride where it almost was like scary because I was like, dang, like this just feels weird. Like why is
Yeah.
everything? And you get sometimes you get so used to struggling and like trying to make things happen that you think that's the way. And when things started working, it felt weird. I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, this is like Illuminati stuff. Like
Yeah.
I was just worried. Like I literally was paranoid. And then
Yeah.
I was just like, you know what? Honestly, what's mine is mine. And then I kind of just stepped into my purpose of being an artist, and
Absolutely.
without no fear.
So, so one thing that I'm admiring right now, and going back to, because I'm, of course, I'm the type of person I like to touch on things that I feel could really impact people's life, and I like to touch on those conversations that a lot of our generations don't like to have. So, I'm observing and I see you have actually black fingernail polish on your hands, and I actually,
Yeah.
we're talking. Oh, and you got design. So, explain a little bit to me about that because again we know you are a heterosexual male. I've seen, I've witnessed your girlfriend on your page. Oh, however you refer to her. I don't want
She
to,
chilling out here.
how are you? So, I've seen you start to share your love life, which is something else that I'm just gonna hit the surface of, but explain that to me, like because I'm pretty sure that's a controversial thing for you to do to get your nails painted as a man. So, just explain that a little bit.
Honestly, to be real with you, my girl is the one who made me more comfortable to just like do whatever.
Right.
Cause like I never used to think of doing stuff like that, but like just felt she just make you feel like comfortable, like yo, like you should do this, or like she might be playing around and say something. Then I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll try it out. And then
Yeah.
for me, like obviously you know me, like I got a bubbly personality. Like I'm not like one of
Yeah.
those serious people. So it's like when people see me, I want them to feel that energy where it's like
Yeah.
I'm not taking myself too serious. I'm having fun. Like you don't know how long you got on this earth for somebody to be tripping about some nails. It's like a crazy concept. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like what
So,
nails?
have you ever received any backlash from like your close friends or family about any of the decisions you made, about your appearance, about you becoming like anything that changed in your life? Have you received any negative backlash?
No, honestly, in the beginning, by like certain people who didn't really understand what was happening. So people will say like homosexual comments or stuff like
Yeah,
that. But honestly, it just evaporated into thin
yeah,
air once people realized that, oh no, he's not homosexual. He's just comfortable in his own skin. And for
right.
me, that was really all I was trying to get across. And plus, obviously, I'm from the hood, so it's like there's like these notions about being from the hood that like everybody sells drugs, everybody's a killer,
Yeah,
and it's like that's just not the case.
yeah,
Like, so I kind of like try to show the bright side of where I'm from, where it's like we just make something out of nothing. You know what I mean?
right.
Like some of the happiest people are the people from where certain neighborhoods. It's like you think like, oh man, struggle, struggle, but a lot of joy can come from not having sometimes because you have to take yourself mentally there. And for me, I've just always been able to maintain my peace and happiness throughout
Absolutely.
my journey.
So now we can dive into a little bit about because from the time I've known you, I don't think I've ever witnessed you share your love life on social media.
Nah,
So what is that like? Like you being so open and I see you guys taking like really dope pictures. It's like a lot of content with you guys. So what are like the risk factors that you felt with, you know, sharing your relationship on social media? Like, were there any reservations about it? Were you just like, look, I'm about to do it? Like, how was that experience?
It was nerve wracking at first, but that's also because I wasn't living right, and I'm just keeping the stack. Like
Yeah,
I knew I wasn't like being the man that I should have been at
yeah,
early, because you know it's like a learning process. But once I was just brutally honest with myself and my girl, then it was like a chains being lifted, where it's like, it's nothing nobody can say
yeah,
that we haven't already conversed about. So
right.
yeah.
So what is something that really used to or still does allow you to just zone out and create this music? Because as you just mentioned, you want your music to impact people. So like what's a way, like a way that you can just escape from the world and just zone out and just, you know, just let it rip?
That's a great question. Honestly, I find peace and joy in relationships, like friends, even my girl. Like, I try to surround myself around that constantly because I feel like there's a certain energy that I get when I'm happy and when I'm around people that I love.
Yeah,
I think it just it's like a ball of creativity for me because I'm
right,
getting to charge up all day and just like soak all this love in and just you know put it in a song. And sometimes it's not lyrically the exact same experience,
yeah,
but it's just an energy, because music is a vibration. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely,
And for me, I always want to be conscious of the vibrations that I'm putting out because music matters. It's important. It's powerful. You can make the wrong song and make some. You know what I mean? Like I've
yeah,
seen shows where people start fighting when certain songs come on.
yeah.
So it's like I really am conscious of the kind of vibrations that I'm putting out into the universe because I want to be like I want people to think of me as positive. I want them
Yeah,
like if you got anxiety, you just like dang, like I just need this moment to go away. Like you put your headphones in, you playing a Pink Sweat song, all of a sudden you just kind of zoned in. Or like for that moment, life doesn't matter, and
yeah,
sometimes we all need an escape. You know what I mean,
yeah.
from reality. Sometimes it's really tough, and I feel like what I aim to do is just create that safe haven for people to just think and be free.
So what is something that you would be able to say, you want to say to maybe somebody that feels like they're like stuck in a box, like, you know, I want to pursue this career, but you know, I have insecurities, or I'm afraid of what people might think, or you know, I grew up this way, so they'll never accept me for this. Like, what's something that you would say to that person that's just struggling to really embrace who they really are?
The crazy thing is, you just asked that, and I just got this nail for this. You got to do this to fear.
I'm cracking up.
You
I'm
got to do
cracking
that
up.
to fear, man. And I put it number one on this finger for like a purpose because it's kind of number one, and number two is because like you gotta say f you to fear, man. Because like, oh, so even wrong, you could be miserable.
Yeah,
Decision, or be wondering like, dang, why are you trying to, And sometimes the reality of life is when you got fear. In my opinion, when it comes to like careers and goals and stuff, that's like dream dangling. That's like being a mouse chasing
right,
cheese. And for me, I think that it's important for people to break away from that mindset of like, oh, I can't start over, I can't do something else, because or else you'll always be letting somebody hang that cheese in front of you because they know that, oh, they're gonna chase this because they're scared to try anything else. And
right,
it's like you don't want to give that control of your soul, because what you do, like, people don't realize what you do when you wake up, right? They say you sleep like 20% of your life or something like that.
Hmm.
Most of your life you're gonna spend working, and
Right.
that's just most people. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be at work 8 to 9 hours, and if you really going crazy, 10 to 20, like
Right.
every day. You don't sleep that long. You only sleep in 8 hours. Mac, I don't even sleep 8 hours,
I
but
was about to say, even back then, like back in the day, I'm talking about.
I take naps and I get back to it. Like,
I've
boom,
seen you take naps in the studio and wake up and we'll all be in there taking naps and you'll wake up and we like, whoa, you back working again.
back
So like,
working.
so talk about your transition a little bit because again, we know that you produced for other artists at some point and then it was a transition to where you became your own artist. So talk about that transition because if you moved to another state, right? You relocated.
Yeah. I had moved to New York, then I moved to LA, and now I live in Nashville. So I've just been
Wow,
moving.
I didn't know that. Yeah. So what was that move like? Were you doing the whole starving artist thing? Like, look, I got $5 in my pocket. I'm gonna just go here and hope it works.
Yeah, I was. But the crazy thing is, I had learned about myself as I was a bad steward. Like I was always good at making money. I wasn't good at keeping.
Oh, you
And
sound like me. You sound like me.
yeah, it's tough. So like I would make like 20 grand here and there, but I'll be like spending it because
Yeah,
I would be trying to make up for the energy when I didn't have it like 2 weeks
exactly.
ago.
Mhm.
So what I was doing, I was just living backwards, and then being around the right people, positioning my mind to be able to receive information and like learn. Like just watching some of my friends how they handle money, I was like, oh, okay. Like I'm still always going to be me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I
Yeah.
like to spend money reckless versus like one of the people
I
like
literally just said that to my husband recently.
so fun. Like honestly, spending money is fun, but the older I get, the more it's like I'm about my family, like I'm good eventually and stuff like that. Or man up, woman up, or whatever people prescribe to, whatever gender or non-gender. You just gotta like jump into it and be like, all right, this
Right.
is life. You know what I mean? Like I need to save and think about my future, and not just go crazy all the time.
So with things, and I don't know if I'm over talking you. The reception is acting up a little bit, but we're definitely just want to keep on going with everything. The backlash from people that knew you, like you messages or recent uprising.
I always act like I was where I wanted to be. So
Yeah.
like same person, because in my head I've always been I'm successful. I'm successful. And
Yeah.
funny because I was talking to Jeff.
Yeah, it's so funny.
We was talking, and he was like, "Yo, you know what's crazy?" He's like, "Yo, like you always asshole." He's like, "So same. You really and did
It's
everything that you
crazy.
said."
We're gonna be traveling. opinion because I can't ever say that 40 years with again with you climbing charts and things like that. Your conversation with me has never changed. It's always still been a whole bunch of encouragement. Just sending warm words back and forth. Like it was, the vibe was never different. So what is still work, or do you like to associate yourself with?
Like a circle. They building. That's what I call it. Financial, whether that's like people you actually player circle for me.
Yeah,
And like whatever, I got you. If I need 1,000, you got me. Like
right,
that's close. Like any point in time, whatever we need, we got each other. But
right.
like the next tier is just, it's the people that you genuinely connect to, and they might not serve a purpose of building, but they bring you a sense of comfort, and you guys can have funny conversations, and you know it doesn't always have to be like a benefit type of thing.
Yeah,
But I do think that the people you allow closest to you, everyone has to be like useful. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
me, I feel like that's how I look at myself. I don't want to be close to anybody that I can't be useful for in some way. It isn't always money.
Serving the people you love, right?
Yeah, and service to people, and I am like just making sure that I'm presenting some sort of value.
Right. So, because you referenced church a couple times, and I'm a church girl. So, where are you with that? Like, are you still involved in church in any way, or how is that working out for you right now?
I'm not actually involved in church because, what I said earlier, I've been moving a lot. So for
Yeah.
me, it's just like it's tough. You know what I mean? Especially when you come from like I'm from Philly, so I'm kind of accustomed to a certain style of church.
Yeah.
Not everywhere. You know what I mean? And for me, I've just kind of had to focus on my relationship with God. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
And that's the
Because
important really need God most when you're going through those lonely stages. I don't know how or I don't know how I'm gonna pay this, or God, I don't know
yeah,
if I should sign this deal. You need to be able to be sensitive. you need to be able to be sensitive, to the Holy Spirit. So that's where relationship actually gets really, really important. But I want to,
I feel like obviously your spirit is more mature and stuff like that, but
yeah,
it's like David, right? Like he didn't really change. It's just his energy shifted towards something different, but
absolutely,
he was still the shepherd boy down, beating up bears and lions. So,
exactly. But yeah, that's definitely an important. Thank you, for still
thank
coming
you.
on and doing this. Even though you are in the midst of feeling like that. When you like you said, we knew each other. Things like you could have been like, I'm a star now, or I'm this now. I don't gotta do that interview. I don't gotta. And at the end of the day, we gotta be realistic. It is people out there that's like that. So the fact that you didn't find it robbery, like, yo, I'm in the car, probably can't see me that good, but I'ma still come through because I'm a man. I'm extremely appreciative of that. And before I ask you to plug on your stuff, so everybody can go to support you and things like that. I just want to ask you, really doing their thing, and it's been really, really
Beautiful, talented. It's so much talent, yo. It's crazy. I
right.
couldn't think how much talent really comes. Like a lot of things come out of the church. You know what I'm saying? And I just
Come
always
on,
kind of want
yeah,
to throw that out there because that's where my background is, and I know
yeah,
like for a fact it's like so many hidden gems. Yeah, this one right here.
definitely.
Yeah.
So it's looking like you pulling up to your destination,
Yeah.
which is a good thing because we right here at almost 8:30. So I just want you to go ahead and plug all your stuff, how they can follow you, where they can stream your music, other ways that they can support you. I'm gonna plug me, and then we gonna go head out.
Oh, thanks, Sim. Oh, again, I'm Pink.
There you go. And I am Sim. Guys, to make sure y'all follow anything that I tag because if